Hi everyone. I wanted to start by showing you this beautiful scene. Can you hear the creek in the background? We've got a lot of rain here and it's just a beautiful morning this morning. Sounds of nature, we can hear all of the birds, hear the water running. Something beautiful about just taking time to consider the things of life. And that's really what I wanted to talk about this morning. If you've watched any of these videos, then you know that we've had the loss of somebody's child in our team. And so it's been a week of processing and grieving and holding on to God and asking Him questions and learning how to trust in the midst of not understanding. So this morning, as my husband and I were talking to each other about the theme for this week, it's really that there's a time for everything and God knows the timing of everything. That we understand in part, but we don't understand fully. But at the end of it all, we have the choice to trust God. And that's what I hope all of us come out with. There's some verses in Ecclesiastes 3, and I'm going to read them to you, and it says, "A time for everything. There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to uproot. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to tear down and a time to build. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to scatter stones and a time to gather them. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to search and a time to give up. A time to keep and a time to throw away. A time to tear and a time to mend. A time to be silent and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time for war and a time of peace." So that's the theme of this video this morning, is realizing that there's a time for everything. There are seasons in life. There are things that God has written in the book of our lives that He knows, we'll be in certain places at certain times. Things that He's written that will mean that we will do certain things at certain times in our lives. And it's the mystery and the beauty of God and how He weaves that all together with our free will. But He knows so much more than we do, and He can figure it out so much better than we do. So we wanted to encourage you this week of whatever's going on in your life. We've all got things that feel good and seem to be going according to our plans, and we've all got things that don't, and we don't understand why. God, why isn't this thing that you said to do being successful? God, why, no matter how hard I try, is this thing not working? There are all those frustrations in all of our lives. But I think one of the things we've learned from this week is to actually concentrate on and learn to concentrate and be thankful for the ways we do see God's hand. And learning to trust that He's got things behind the scenes. He's working out things, Romans 8:28, working out things for our good because we love Him and we're called according to His purpose that we don't even have any idea of. But learning to trust in it all, that He's good and He's kind and He sees the big picture that we don't see. But in the midst of it, until we get to that place where we have more understanding, He's also present. He's also here. He's with us in our mourning. He's with us in our laughing. He's with us in our questioning, in our understanding, in our not understanding, in our frustration. That's the beautiful thing, is that He's with us in it all. He knows the timing, and whether it looks to us to be good timing or bad timing, He's with us in it all. And so that's my encouragement to us all this week, is that in the midst of the journey, of the ups and downs, of the hills and valleys, of the good times and the bad times that we perceive, God is with us all, and His character never changes, His nature never changes, and therefore we can trust Him. If we don't look at our circumstances and learn how to trust in them, but we look to Him instead, we know that no matter what the circumstances are, we can trust God to be with us. So I bless you guys. No matter what is going on in your life this week, know that you can trust your dad. You can trust God. You can trust Jesus, what Jesus did paid for everything that needed to be paid for, and we get to live an abundant life. And you can trust the Holy Spirit to lead you and guide you and be your comforter through it all. So thank you, God. Thank you that we get to be alive today, that we get to come and know that you're our dad, Lord Jesus, that you're our brother, Holy Spirit, that you're our friend, and we get to be grateful for today. I know that I really am. Bless you guys, love you, love to hear what you've been going through, what you think of this, because that's how we get to share life together. Love you guys. See you next week.